What's going on today?
Hey, nothing much. Thank you, Scott. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
Andy, I'm good. Happy Thursday to you and everybody else.
Yes. Happy Thursday. Thanks, everybody. We got starting off. Looks like it's going to be a great crowd. Don't know if some of these people came over after watching Michael Noss and the Trade Ideas TI Strength, we call it. Anyway, I'll be talking about that today. If you did miss that webinar, and also if you did see it, hopefully I can add some insight as well, because I think it's going to be a nice little product, and I'm going to show more of that today that you'll have access to, I believe, without even having the to buy the product. So anyway, let's get started. My name is Andy. This is the Trading Studio. That's Jamie and Scott. And let's go over the disclaimer real quick. We are a content publisher. Okay, everything you see in here today should not be construed as investment advice. Okay, we are educating you on a software, but we will have some ideas and some input on maybe some potential stocks and price action and things like that. But just keep in mind, we're not trying to get you to buy any type of instrument. Okay, we're not licensed to do so. You have to seek out a registered advisor or stockbroker for that kind of information. All right, the agenda for today: market recap as always. Not a whole lot to say there. Just keep hitting all-time highs. Don't think the Q's quite made it today, Jamie. I didn't. I'll have to take a look. But and then Jamie will go over the Holly recap. A couple of interesting plays in there, I thought, today. And then once again, we're going to talk about strength alerts. I believe Jamie also talked about this on Monday, so forgive us for the redundancy here. But I think it's a new product that has a lot of potential, can be very helpful for not only traders but investors as well. So we are expanding our horizons here at Trade Ideas on many time frames. I think this is an important topic to spend some time on. All right, and then we missed it last week, but let's go ahead and jump back in the price alerts game. I'm going to tell you now, it can be for long or shorts. Or did we miss it last week, Jamie? I think we did. I'm drawing a blank here, but anyway, I'll know when I see the my price alerts. All right, let's talk a little bit about the support, education, and training here at Trade Ideas. All right, you regulars, bear with me here, because we have new people in here every single event that we have, and just need to reassure them that we are here for them. Okay, don't feel like if you open up the program and you see how powerful it is, that and trust me, I see some people do this. They will send an email 2 hours later and say, sorry, this is not for me, it's not what I thought, it's just too much. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay, this can be as simple as you want it to be. You can, like I said, open it up and you can go and find pre-configured windows that are pretty we have them for day trading, swing trading, investing, if you will. So don't be overwhelmed and be afraid and immediately cancel, because we are here to see that you get the help that you need. How do we do that? Well, first and foremost, we do have the trading room there with that you see in the top left there, and I'll pull up my pen right now, and so I can highlight some of this stuff for you. This is our trading room. It is free for everyone. Okay, so if you're in here for the first time, don't think you have to be a subscriber to go to our trading room. Everybody is welcome. Okay, we hope and think that you will be after you spend time in there and see all the great traders using the platform and doing very well with it. But it's also a great place for, like I said, education and training. Barry encourages people to ask questions in there. Yeah, the first hour or two may be used for trading, but after that, when things start to slow down, like I said, he encourages you to ask questions. And then the rest of the week, we have Monday through Thursday, we have webinars all in the same time slot. That's 5 Eastern time. And usually you're going to find myself, Jamie, or Steve kind of moderating or presenting in those. But on Wednesday, you will see Dan Merkin and Brad Williams. Dan is our CEO. Brad is our CTO, and that's a great place to come for Q&A, and also they will also share some insight there. We're all traders here and long time proven traders. Okay, we're not traders that could not make it in the trading industry and failed and just found a job working for us. That's not the way. That's not the way it works here. So, and me, see, Jamie, myself, Steve, Dan, and Brad Williams basically all started trading at the same time together at a floor in San Diego. Jamie, I think, may have been in Texas at the time, but he came soon after that. And then the support webinar. I'm going to go over to the next screen real quick so we can talk more about that. This is our daily support session. It's every day, Monday through Friday at 12 Eastern time. You can see the trade-ideas.com/live. If you are in Barry's trading room, just we'll, like I said, hijack it for about an hour, and great place to come if you have any questions so we can answer them. And not only that, you'll have a visual. It's much better than just sending an email in to us, because there's no visual. You were just texting back and forth. So if you can make it, please come to this daily support session. All right, let me back out now, and Jamie, if you would, might want to tell that person to maybe log off and log back on. There, thank you. You were on top of it.
No problem.
All right. All right, so let's pull up the SPY chart. And like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on there because there's nothing really to dissect here. I mean, we're basically, at all-time highs. I'll pull up the cues here in a minute, and we can, talk about that. But now what you're starting to see a little fanning action. Okay, that's usually a typical sign of momentum when you get the averages fanning away from each other. Okay, and you saw it back over here. When the market kind of ripped up, saw a little fanning action. Kind of remained that way for a while until they start getting closer together again, like they did back over here. So we'll see what happens here. Could be some sideways action, but always could back and fill and come down and meet the moving averages. But boy, like I said, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Let me pull up the cues. I think the Dow's, pretty much going to be the same way. Yeah, not a whole lot. This sideways action there in the Dow, and the Qs almost made it. We'll just draw the line up here to see how much further they have to go, and not a lot further. And you can see it looks like they may be gapping up in after hours, so could very well hit that tomorrow on a Friday. So yeah, if you're stubbornly bearish in this market, and it's been this way over the last dozen of years, okay, you have been suffering a lot. It's okay. I do it all the time. You guys hear me. I lean bearish. I don't load up to the downside, but yeah, when I start seeing this breaking an average, I think it's always good to anticipate, maybe thin out a lot of your longs, and it's even okay to get short. I mean, at some point, there could be a big, downdraft in the market. It seems like that's usually the way it happens, Jamie. It seems like everything will just be cruising along. We'll get a little macro event out there, put a little scare in everybody, and we have a nice, 5 to 8% downdraft. So it's okay, to get a little bearish at times, but don't stay that way. Don't fight the tape, okay? And right here when the Q's gapped above this 50 period that it was having issues with for a very long time, you're out. You're wrong, okay? And now we're possibly going back to all-time highs. So don't get stubborn. Never fight the tape. It's not. I'm not going to go over all the little things we could say about fighting the tape, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, so let me pull out of this right quick. And Jamie, do you have anything to add to the market recap?
No, man. We all talk every day. We're of the same mindset, and as far as I know, I think they're still printing a bunch of money too.
Yeah,
So when you have the money printing and the chart confirming, well, what are you gonna do?
I know. Yeah. I get tickled at them that, every now and then, like the market, you'll probably hear it coming up here in the next couple of weeks if the market keeps going like this because they want to tamper too much, you know, hyperactivity to the bullish side as well. Okay. Because economy gets too hot and then you start talking about inflation. So they'll throw out little things. Well, we may look to, tapering in the fall. It just drives me crazy. Won't they just shut up?
Yeah, of course what they tell us, Andy, is inflation's only 1%
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
something ridiculously low like that. And I
Yeah.
think we all know that that's not accurate, but hey,
Oh, yeah.
in the end, it's all about price action.
Yep. That's right. That is correct, Jamie. All right. Well, I have nothing more to add about that. So if you want to take it over and go through a few Holly trades, there were a couple of good ones out there.
Yeah, there were some great trades, just not a lot of room to maneuver, when we talk
Right.
about the things that we like to talk about with looking back at the Holly trades. Um, as everybody can see right here, what we usually like to discuss is any spread between conservative and moderate profit. But as we can see here, while some does exist, it's minuscule. Um, what do we got here? 12 bucks on the APH trade, BKI maybe $3 here on the NUAN trade. So conservative versus moderate spread, pretty non-existent today. So not really a whole lot of that to cover. Um, Add-ons, right? If we just kind of click through these trades here, APH, nice winning trade, but not really any conducive spots to add to the trade. I mean, if we're going by the book, sure, once it cracked this level, you did get a little bit more of a move, but we're only talking about 67.90. We're only talking about a dime there, 12 cents. So no great add-on opportunity in the APH, even though it was a winning trade. Um, Same thing with BKI, right? Nice winning trade, but no range break action to speak of to pick a good add-on spot there. Um, the only thing that I saw today in real time as all of this stuff was unfolding, NTST caught my eye for a potential trade around because it got stopped out pretty quickly here. What do we got? 9:22 entry time, 9:45 exit time. Entry in this candle here, but then quickly stopped out here. But what I will note is the action around the stop area is what I typically like to see if I'm thinking about taking that trade around. Now, I will say in real time, I looked and I'm like, well, this does look good, and I could have bought it right here if I wanted to, but then I was like, well, if it makes it back up to the entry level, what do we got? 2019 versus 2043. I'm just like, as slow as the market was today, I'm like, yeah, 23 cents, it just doesn't entice me enough. But having said that, it still worked and even got through the entry level. So even if you top tick the trade at 65 and got in at 45, let's just call it, or 25, that was 40 cents max, right? And as we all knew from watching SPY all day, I mean, look at the way these relative volume numbers all closed on the indices. I mean, there just wasn't a whole lot of oomph in any of the trades today. But the best thing I saw was the trade around an NTST, which worked beautifully, just not a lot to be had there. And of course, if we look at the Holly uh, scorecard over here, assuming 100 shares, I mean, if we summed all these up, we're going to be up about 145 bucks, 140 bucks gross before commissions and slippage, depending on where you trade. So, Holly just kind of reiterating the theme that we've all been discussing, which, it's getting a little thin up here. Alpha is just not as easy to find, whether it's from a technical perspective or from a statistical model. Now, Andy, are there any other trades that you wanted me to pull up here? Because as far
No,
as the conservative moderate trade arounds and the
no,
add-ons, there just were no add-on opportunities either. Very
no,
minimal conservative moderate
no.
spread and one decent trade around that would have yielded minimal profits.
Yeah, and she started out of the blocks with 3 shorts and was doing pretty
Hmm.
well. If you were quick to take your profits, in other words, scalp it. But uh, other than that, let's see, which one was it this morning? I thought was a good one. The new one. It looked like it was going to be a beauty, and really just kind of the market, I guess, just caught it or whatever, and just kind of started going sideways. But it started out really good.
Absolutely, Andy. And I mean, what a great short. And that after you see that first 15-minute candle, you're like, yes, we're going to
Yeah.
create a run down maybe to this level here.
Hmm.
But you know what? This looks just like a lot of the longs that were on my plotter this morning. They did that
Correct.
15-minute flush out, shake out the weak hands, or actually, this is a 45-minute flush out. But a lot of big red bars on the open today, only to have the stocks grind back up and close where they opened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So more of what we were talking about over the prior days. Hey, the market booming, going, all-time highs again today, but it's not like that tide's lifting all the boats at the same time. So a little tricky, low volume especially. So in my opinion, I think we're setting up for a nice cruise into the weekend. I could be
Sounds like
wrong,
looks
but
like
that's what it feels like. I've seen this
we're
movie
gap
so
up
many
again
times
tomorrow.
before. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know what came out after hours, but looks like, or that's just the market we have now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All
All
right.
right,
Well,
so let me kick it back over to you, Andy.
sure.
There you go.
All right, guys. Well, I know some of you have probably you sat through Jamie's webinar on Monday, and unfortunately, I didn't get to catch that one. But I did want to bring it to your attention today because, and I'll tell you this now, so you guys can start pulling up a new channel bar. And if you haven't pulled up a new channel bar today, you're not going to have this. So what you want to do is close out the one that you currently have, and then you want to go to New in the toolbar, and then click on channel bar to launch a new one. And when you do, you're going to see this Batman looking Powie sign that actually says strength alerts.
I like that.
Okay. Yeah. Isn't that cool? And I'm going to pull it up in just a minute. Well, let's go ahead and do it now because I don't really have anything too much to talk about on my layout today. So let me just pull it up. And this is going to be the new Holly. I'm sorry, not the Holly, but the strength alerts layout that you will have access to. Okay. Without, since you are a subscriber to Trade Ideas, you will not need to pay for the $17 product to still get these plays each Monday. Okay, so you won't have to wait for any kind of email or anything like that to your inbox. So you can just pull it up. These are the ones that are in play for this Monday. Okay, so let me briefly kind of go over it for some of you guys who may have missed Jamie's or who didn't catch Michael Noss's webinar this afternoon right before ours. Okay, it's called our Strength Alerts is what we call it. Okay, and it's based upon the Trade Ideas TI Strength Index. Okay, so some of you asking, well, what is the Strength Index? Well, a lot of you are familiar with the composite rating that we have, okay, which is a combination of about 14 uh, technical metrics combined with probably, I think, 4 or 5 fundamental metrics, okay. Well, Michael took that and he kind of did some reconfiguring, and because what he realized was we could get better results from our back testing if we took out some of the fundamental stuff. So I think actually he took out all the fundamentals. So this is just basically a statistical analysis based upon technical metrics. Okay, so there's no fundamental stuff in there like you find in the composite rating. So it's going to be a little bit different. But composite rating is still is showing you stocks that have relative strength because the majority of the stuff is technical. Okay, so pretty much the same thing, but just remember this is this is all technical, and the composite rating is combines some fundamental stuff as well. So Mike was able to take this new technology that we're working with and back test this for don't get me lying about the number of years. I'm not going to get too much into detail on this because I'm just kind of learning about it myself. But You can see the relative strength index compared to the SPY over, since beginning of 2017. So a nice little, what's that, over 4 years of data. And you can see the way this compared to the SPYs. Now, for the performance, okay, it's just so much easier if we do a performance analysis if we do not use targets and stops. Okay, so keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, it's a very dangerous proposition to tell people not to use targets and stops, especially stops. Okay, every trade should have a stop in it. Okay, so we're not trying to tell you how to trade these. All we're going to do is tell you what the performance is based off of. The performance is basically based off of buying every one of these stocks on Monday, at the close of each Monday, and then what happens we rebalance it each week, okay, and there'll be 5 new stocks. There might be some overlapping, Jamie, I guess, the way this could work, right? Technically, yeah.
Possibly. That's a good question.
Yeah,
Will we see any repeats of the, from the prior Monday?
yeah. It seemed to me it would have to be. We'll find out. But anyway, so what you would do is you'd buy these at the close on Monday, and then they're rebalanced every week, and then you would sell all these on the close the following Monday, and basically put it all back into the new TI alerts, the strength alerts, I should say, on that Monday. So it's just a rotation, basically, kind of like what the market's doing right now. It's rotating seems like every 2 or 3 days, but ours is every 5 days. Okay, trading days, that is. So it's interesting. Numbers don't lie. Okay, numbers don't lie. Now, keep in mind, we have been in a bull market for basically 12 years, it seems like, with a few downturns. But so have the SPYs. Okay, this is comparing it to the SPYs. So the argument is here is, hey, strength pays. So let's take a look at some of these alerts. Oh, one other thing I want to bring to your attention too. Okay, our statistical analysis does not just look and compare. In other words, each stock in each sector or each stock against the S&P. We are comparing each stock against every other stock, okay, in the 4 major indices. Okay, so you're looking at probably close to 8,000 stocks being sent through this analysis each week. Okay, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, this is what our servers are able to do. So it's very cool stuff, and I think this is going to be fun, at least to watch. If nothing else, guys, you can, hey, the paper trader, open you up a paper trader and fire and just see how it works over the next couple of months before you put real money into it. All right, now for those who don't want to do the exact model, like me, I'm more of a discretionary trader. I will take a look at these for sure and make my own judgment. You can see here that, by the way, if anybody tries to pull up this, let me know that you are getting the Strength Alerts channel in there now. That'd be great. I don't see anybody. Let me know if you're getting that. Okay, George did it. Good.
Yep, I did
Okay,
it. Got it.
Okay, great. That's great. So, this is something you should be doing every Monday, at least venturing over once to these and see what the picks are, and you're going to find some very bullish stocks. Now let's go to Monday. Was the 5th, I believe. And why am I not getting a date on here?
I think it was the 5th. Yep. Wait.
5th.
Yep.
Okay.
5th. Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me. Why is this not pulling up any dates up here, Jamie? I don't know. Are you getting any?
Yeah, you just have to retype the symbol in.
Oh, maybe that's it. Let me see if this works. There we go. Okay.
I don't know what that glitch is. It's been there forever.
Yeah. Okay, let me go back to NTG here. So this would have been the first. So this one right now would basically be, if you bought it at the close on Monday, which would have been this way, you'd be up a little bit in this ENTG, but you got a nice little sloping, looks like an 8 period. Mike likes the EMAs, where I like the SMAs, but it's okay. Whatever floats your boat, so they say. And this is the weekly chart down here. Keep in mind, this is for swing trading, so we're not keeping any intraday stuff in here. You don't, get, if you're trading something off the daily, all right, you want to use daily charts, not get, jigged out because it broke some moving average on a 15-minute chart. You don't want to do that. All right, MPC. Looks like this one at the close on Monday would have been this day right here. So a little bit underwater, not much. Looks like only about 70 cents, but still a little bit underwater. ANGO would have been at the close on this day, and yeah, you'd be. Looks like the close was 23.53, so you're up about 70 cents in that one. This one, nice. There's your close, and looks like it is going out to multi, if not all-time highs, multi-week highs anyway. So very nice looking strong chart there. OIH would have been the close on this day, and although a little bit of a pullback today, you're still in the money with the rising 8 SMA. So you can see the relative strength here, guys. Of course, let's face it, the market's had a very good week, but so have the stocks. So anyway, I wanted to definitely bring, and basically all this is just a top list. I'm not sure what, and of course you'll be able to toggle if you want to sort by different while you're in it, by different relative volume or something, like whatever column you choose. And this looks like it's just a high-low ticker. So if we run this today, just going to give you a little high-low ticker. It'd be nice to have running. So if you're in some of these and you kind of get a good feel of where they're at on the day, looks like just a 1 day. Make sure it's not a multi-day. Yeah, it's just an intraday high and low. So that's nice to have. So you can keep track of everything. So very simple layout, guys. It doesn't need to be, extravagant because, like I said, this model is based upon longer, 1 week, swing trades basically. Now, guys, getting back to the stops, all right? Because I know a lot of people in here are going to look at this model and go, "Oh man, great! I can just, jump in these and let them go. Don't even have a stop, no matter what happens." That, like I said, that's a very dangerous proposition, and you really don't want to do that. So, like I said, we can't tell you how to trade, but I don't want people to come in and just think, "Oh, great! This just model proves that this thing over time is going to destroy the SPY, so I'm just going to do exactly what it does." Uh, I wouldn't advise that, no, because anybody in their right mind will tell you, you can't trade without stops. It's gonna prevent from uncontrollable losses. All right, there's eventually going to be one trade in here where the bottom falls out, and you don't want to blow up an account just because you're being stubborn and sticking to the same model as our performance is based on. Let's see if I got any questions there, Jamie.
I think we're pretty caught up.
Okay.
Yeah, to your point, Andy, I mean, the signals are the value, right? And of course, hey, on one, if you're like me, I went into all these things on Monday, but I didn't just jump in on the open, right? I kind of
Mm-hmm.
waited for the first 2 hours, and then we're like, okay, this one looks stable. I'll go ahead and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Learned a lesson, on a couple that, if you're seeing something on a chart that looks weak on one of these plays, there's absolutely nothing wrong with waiting, trying to get that
Sure.
pullback play. So it's going to be interesting, because each and every open is different. Market dynamics are different. Maybe it's a strong up day, in which case you feel compelled and you like all of them and you just buy all of them. But on a soft market day like we had today, that opening little flurry where a lot of stocks got jammed down, they could have got a lot better prices on some of these. Or not today, not that today there were picks, but on the next Monday, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right. Brock asked a very good question. We go, what was the stop used on the back test of the new channel? And Brock, I just told you, for simplicity purposes, okay, and not trying. We know that stops and targets are subjective. Okay, so for whatever based upon your risk tolerance, based upon your share size, based upon your time frame. Okay, some person may be jumping in OIH to hold if it breaks out of this weekly, maybe to hold for several weeks, whereas some person may be able to or may want to only hold for a few days, buy more size, and of course would use a tighter stop. So stops and targets are subjective, and we don't want to really go there. But getting back to what I mentioned earlier, okay, for this purpose alone right here, okay, it's just so much easier for us because a lot of stops should be based upon technicals and not a percentage or not how much money you want to lose. In other words, you adjust your share size to where the technicals marry up on where you want to get out of a stock. So because it's so fluent and it's subjective to every other trader, we found it best not to use any stops and targets in this model. Okay, we're simply just rotate. It's a rotational move each week from 5 stocks into 5 new stocks. Okay, so for our analysis here, there are no targets and no stock. You only have a time stop. It runs a full week and then it closes at the probably 5 minutes before the close on Monday, on the following Monday. Okay, so there's no monetary targets and there's no stops. So, but I'm just telling you guys, don't do that because you're going to want to use stops. So remember, these are just ideas. Most people are probably going to trade them discretionarily. Some people are going to want to follow the model. Okay, but if you do follow the model, please use a stop. And I cannot tell you what stop to use, because if I tell you to use a 3% stop and it goes down 3.5% and then rips up 10%, you're going to be upset with me for telling you to use a 3.3% stop. So once again, use your own judgment. Once again, guys, we're called trade ideas for a reason. These are ideas, and they're good ideas, as you can see from the chart. So with that said, you know, a lot of people are just pure day traders that use our product, and they probably won't have any interest in this at all. But there's a lot of people that probably want to use it to invest in their 401ks or whatever, and it could be a nice little tool to get you some ideas to use. Let's see. Oh yeah, and somebody mentioned you can take this and just pull it over. That would be the easy thing to do. Okay, you're going to have these symbols. So what you could probably do is just export these or copy these and drop them into your main layout. Okay, and just have the have it running on your layout, so you don't have to jump back and forth between the channel and your layout. So that's so many ways to use trade ideas, and I'll show you what you can do. Is now you're probably, when it migrates, when this symbol list is built inside this channel, so I'm not sure this is going to export, but let's see. Let's do it. Let's just save it. Okay, I just saved that to my cloud, and let me go to my default layout again. And I guess it should, Jamie, shouldn't it? It should pull up. We'll find out.
I was wondering the same thing, but we're about to find out.
Yeah, there you go. Now remember, you'll have to do this, I think, each week. You'll have to pull it over from the cloud, because once you save this in your layout, it's going to save these symbols. Okay, but I don't,
But I think it's it should auto refresh when he puts the new symbols in. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So just migrate it over to your default layout. Okay, George says he is impressed. Ran through my analysis system using the trading and he used mustard. There you go. There you go, George. All right. All right. So let's do it. Let's. I'm just gonna drop this down there and I'll save it later because I want to see those. I want to find a place for them on my layout. Let's pull up the price alerts, and I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Okay, this dates back. Let me add my created column. Okay, these date back to 325. Okay, so we did not do any last week. That's right, we went over. So let me get rid of all these. Ooh, I got some good alerts in here, but oh well. It's all right. Let's see. Oh wait, what happened there? What is going on? It's on the blink. All right. Oh, all right. All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do. Let's see. We got a great crowd in here today. You guys have been spitting out some good ones lately. And so let's fire away. What we do for those of you who are new in here, we ask if you have a stock you're looking at, maybe you're interested in buying, just give me the stock and give me a price, and I will set a price alert. And then what we'll do, there's some very good traders in here. We'll share all these price alerts with everybody at the end of our webinar. So I'm going to assume everything you give me is going to be a long call. Okay, if it is a short call, be sure to let me know. I mean, some of you might be thinking, well, the market's getting a little extended here. So you might want to go short. But once again, William, I see that FT, but give me a price as well. Okay, I will do MRCY while William thinks about a price. And Paul says 77.21. All right, we will do that. He's looking for some follow through there, and he is a smart man. Oh, I forgot to edit. Let me edit this. Forgot to put his name, and that is Paul. Okay, email is L Levi, and it is long at 26. And it looks like it's trading up in after hours, so may trigger, but I'll go ahead and give him that. And that is Ime. Rice. I'm not familiar with rice. No wonder it's just kind of exploded today, and it's going to be a 1438. So you're looking for a pullback long, Vincent, I'm assuming.
Looks
All
like a
right.
SPAC.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, we were looking at this one in the support webinar earlier.
Okay. And that is a long, and that is for Vincent. And let me see. Who do I got next? Okay, Williams coming back with that FT at 1250. Ooh, he's way up there. You sure you want to go that high? Or you want to like break out of this area? $10. Okay, we'll do that. That looks like a winner. We'll even give you $9.99 now on that one. Since William Reed. All right, you are in, William. All right, we need some more. We've been averaging about a dozen, so don't be shy out there. I know I got some. I know Stan G is usually good for one. George is usually good for one.
Step right up.
Step right up. Okay. Aja is always good for one. SASH. And looks like it's trading at 563, so he wants to put it at 570, and we will do that. Okay, Stan G has sinks at 1635. All right, ROL Jeff at 3550. All right, looks like a good one there. It's Clove, COLB. Ooh, had some momentum today. Is currently trading around 925, and Daniel wants to go at 985. Oh, George is going with Neo. I got my eye on Neo too today. It's putting that, even though it's putting in a nice little wedge. It's what it's doing. So I do like this right here. You can see the wedge forming. So either direction there could be a nice little trade, this for sure. So let's go with Neo, and that is going to be at 40. Yep, there you go. Break above 40. Yeah, I'll be paying attention to that alert if it goes off. And that is George. And while we're waiting for another one, I'll tell you something. One that I kind of am in that I bought today is Ride. You can see I bought it 12.14 today. It's kind of like the way it's kind of basing. It looks like it's curdling, kind of the bird in the hand, starting to ride that fast line. Kind of a dangerous play, but nonetheless, if it does, it could be a good one there. UCTT, I saw that one coming through recently in my extreme volume high-low pro. I believe it was on that day right there. So yeah, this could turn around and have some, Melina. I like that. 58.19. Okay, so you're gonna grab a hold of it before it even goes through. There's nothing wrong with anticipating. And that is Alina.
Are you
George
laughing at
says
George?
I'm in Neo so deep I can't see my knees anymore. I've been there. Like I said, that's been my biggest winner of the year, last year for sure. Yeah, I definitely have it on the radar again. All right, guys, let's see. Since 17, yeah, there you go. So he was buying it back before I was, or right around the. No, I think I started buying it at 13 last year. Okay, INTZ, and that is Walt at 28.38. All right, we got a nice little grouping here now. It's got to that dozen, I believe, or close to it. All right, guys. Oh, good. Dave, I was wondering where Dave was going to come in. Expeditors, or not, it's Expedia. I'm sorry. Ooh, that looks good. If it gets above that. 174.80. So he is looking for something pretty tight. See, I got two Jeff S's, don't I? I'll go SIL. So we'll know. I'll just give him his whole last name. That would be Dave, not Jeff. Wait.
I think that was the same Jeff.
Oh, is it? Did Jeff have two? Is he trying to sneak two in on us?
ROL and I think it was just ROL.
Well, no, we have one ROL, and then we got Jeff down here. Somebody for just Expedia just in. Did you not that one?
Expedia was Dave.
Oh, what? Am I losing my? Oh gosh.
Got to put them reading glasses on,
I'm
Andy.
telling you, man. Oh, look, he was sandwiched in between Jeff twice. That's what got me.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, KJ's gonna get one in right here. Oh, close short. Oh, we got two competing cloves here. Clove short at $9. It's already at $9.25, so I can't do that one. You want me to put it up here like around 10 or something? Looks like it's trading up in after hours. Oh, you want it to come back down through? I can, it's probably going to fire if I do it right now because it's in after hours.
If you use the box, it says.
Okay, let me see.
That little tick box should remedy that, I would think. If the price falls.
Okay, yeah, let me see there. Well, let's see.
You gotta check the long box though.
No, he wants to go short, doesn't he?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if it fires. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was worth a shot.
It was. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of quirky. You think that would work? So I'm gonna stick it up here. Okay, and let's go.
He says 880 if that'll work.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I think it's gonna happen again here.
It's probably gonna fire again. But it says if clove, but you had it on if it rises.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Ah. There we go.
All right.
All right, guys. It's we got a nice let me share these. We got like over a dozen, I believe. So let me just go ahead and share these. I've been with Steve twice where he's accidentally deleted. Oh, you mad? Okay. Price alerts. There you go. Everybody grab those. There's some pretty good ones in there. And while you're doing that, I'm going to bring Scott in and he will walk us out of here. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Andy. Yeah, make sure you grab our ebook for earnings. I thought we'd already updated that with a new one, but you get that one next week. Also sign up for our podcast. Trade Ideas Podcast is a search term to use. Listen to the newest ones and then stay tuned for new releases. Use the promo code opportunity to save 15% off your first month or year of Trade Ideas or upgrade. And you can find Steve Gomez at TI Steve G on Twitter. Also find Jamie at QuantBot. Also at Trade Ideas. Find us on Facebook at Trade Ideas Pro and send any of your questions to info@tradeideas.com. The recording will be up later on tonight or tomorrow on GoToWebinar, and you can find it there. We will send you an email tomorrow with a link to the playlist where you can find it. So thanks, everyone. Thank you all. Thanks, Jamie and Andy.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, everybody. I'll see some of you tomorrow.
See you later.